So my mom and I are in Pasadena right now. We are at Midsummer Scream. And what is Midsummer Scream, Mom?
Oh my gosh, it's a cross between Halloween and horror in a convention all in one place.
Wow, sounds fabulous.
I know.
My mom and I went back in 2019. We were really looking forward to 2020, but it got canceled.
I know.
But now it is back for 2021 and better than ever. So follow us along, why don't you, to Midsummer Scream, Awaken the Spirits. Boo! Okay, here we go. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Oh, look at the kitties.
So much to see out
So much to see. Where do we even begin? Okay, so I gotta be honest, my mom and I don't really, we didn't really plan this out today, so we're gonna check out a booth over here and see what is available for the day. Oh my gosh, would you look at this directory? Check it out, there are a lot of events going on and they're all nice and spooky. Well, I think it's just best that we just kind of step on in and see what happens, so shall we go for it? Oh my gosh, look at all this spooky. There is so much spooky going on, I can't even handle it. But I think we are on the lookout for Bob Gurr, right, Mom?
We are.
Yeah, we really want to say hi, so let's see if we can find him. Okay, so we just met Bob Gurr. He's on break right now, but wasn't that fun, Mom?
I know, that was so much fun. He's history.
He really is, yeah, he's history.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, he's such a nice guy, too. Plus, the background for the photo we took with him says the Haunted Mansion on it. The best ride ever, of course. Oh no, my mom has met a new friend. What's his name, Mom? Oh my gosh! Ah! None can withstand the shaker can. It's very effective, I'm telling you.
I am the biggest scarecrow you'll ever see.
Oh my gosh! Yeah. Oh.
They always go after me.
Because you looked scared. That makes you an easy target, Mom. Just don't look scared. Since we're here, let's check out these super cool and evil looking masks. Hi guys. What do we have here?
All kinds of monsters.
Oh, I love them so much. We have a little devil guy here. We have a clown with an ice cream hat. And we have like an evil witch over here. These are great. I like the detail to them too. Oh my goodness. Name me a person who isn't afraid of clowns. Name me one. Of course, well that's probably why you make them, because you know that they're scary, right? And this is Adam ooh, wow. Yeah, check them out for sure. We have a dead man for sale. Well, why is he on sale?
Oh, well, he just, we've had him for too long. They never buried him.
Oh, no one wanted him? That's too bad.
Yeah. No one claimed him.
No one claimed him?
He's looking for a final resting place.
Oh, okay. Well, what do you think, Mom?
Let's keep it in mind. Look around. And
Okay.
if we can't find anyone else, maybe he'll come
I mean, we're always on the lookout for a good sale, so we might be back.
In stock as well.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh.
Daily,
So are these guys like 75% off?
so they could be.
25%? That's not bad. Okay. I'll take it. See you guys. All right, check this out, guys. And it says LA Haunted Hayride. So I guess the Haunted Hayride is coming back to Los Angeles. I always look forward to that event. Oh, I bet it's gonna be super creepy this year too, because look at this guy here. Oh my gosh. That's the most horrifying thing I've ever seen. Horrifying but wonderful. Guys, I think we've just met Zombie Roger Rabbit.
Oh my, that's what it looked like.
That's it. Yeah, he has the little backpack and everything. That's awesome. Oh my gosh, guys, we found the Mystic Museum. This is an awesome place in Burbank on Magnolia Boulevard. The Mystic Museum is awesome. I've only been there maybe once or twice, but yeah, they have awesome horror photo opportunities such as this. You can get your photo of yourself in the Shining bathroom scene. And look, the door says Red Rum on it. And next up, what do we have? Oh, Mystic Museum Camp Horror. Oh my gosh, check this out. Open September 18th, they're gonna have an Evil Dead immersive horror experience. 40 Years of Fear. Oh, I have to go, I love the Evil Dead. And here is some of the things they sell at the Mystic Museum. Some of the merch, check this out. Looks like they have a jigsaw puzzle of it there. A Nightmare on Elm Street. They also have good old Jaws. And even an E.T. jigsaw puzzle. And check this out. You can get a photo with Ash. Hail to the king, baby. Yeah, like I said, I'm a fan of the Evil Dead, so I think I'm definitely gonna go to this horror experience at the Mystic Museum. And I'll probably film a video too, so everybody stay tuned. Ooh, check this out. This is Reign of Terror. I think this is a haunted house in Thousand Oaks. I've actually never been, but I wanna go soon. So why don't we find out information? Okay, so yeah, I was right. This is a haunted house in Thousand Oaks, and it has mazes, and it's just a really good experience, really spooky experience from what I've heard. I think we might go this year. What do you guys think? And again, this is Reign of Terror, and you can buy your tickets online, and they are celebrating their 21st anniversary. What do you think, Mom? Should we go?
So many places to go.
Yeah, our schedule is going to be packed. Oh my gosh. It's a giant Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
This is so cool.
Okay, I cannot resist a giant Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, so I think we're gonna check this area out. Well, it looks like you can take a photo with Mr. Stay Puft here and some Ghostbusters as well. So I think that's what we're gonna do, because I can't resist a photo with a real Ghostbuster. Okay, so I got some photos with the Ghostbusters. And FYI, who are you gonna call? This is the number you can call if you wanna hire the Ghostbusters for any special events. Just so everybody knows. I think it says the Southland Ghostbusters. That's pretty neat. Oh, and check it out. It's the best car ever. And look who the driver is. It's Mrs. Slimer. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Okay, so my mom and I got in line for the HHN panel with John Murdy.
Here we are.
Here we are. What do you think is going to happen at this panel, Mom? Do you think we're going to hear something new about HHN?
You know what? Fingers crossed.
You never know. With a little Halloween magic, perhaps. Okay, guys, we are here. Oh my gosh, this is so exciting. I wonder what's going to happen.
Halloween Horror Nights at Universal Studios Hollywood. Fans everywhere are holding their breath in anticipation as Universal pulls back the curtain, revealing the monsters that will be lurking in the darkness this year. Our next guest is fresh off the plane from Ireland. It's his first time back to Los Angeles since 2019. Please welcome to the stage the one, the only, John Murdy.
How are you guys doing? Well, I'm John Murdy. I am the creative director, executive producer of Halloween Horror Nights at Universal Studios Hollywood. Last time I saw you guys, right? It's been 2 years. This is where we left off. And I don't know about you guys, but this is how I felt. Bride of Frankenstein lives. And of course, this is inspired by Universal's 1935 classic monster movie, The Bride of Frankenstein. In fact, it is a sequel to The Bride of Frankenstein. But before we dive into the maze itself, there's always a backstory, okay? And this is going to share with you a little bit about where I'm coming from, how I, got into the Universal monsters, and everything that led into this moment that we're in right now, which is the last, 3 years of Horror Nights, bringing back the Universal monsters and making them a signature part of our event. So I grew up as a Universal monster kid, and I'm sure a lot of you guys have seen this before. That's me, that's my 4th birthday, and what's next to me, it's the old Aurora monster models. My mother made the mistake of showing me Frankenstein when I was 4 years old, And the story in my family goes that when she came back into the living room, I was crying my eyes out, and then when she got to talk to me, she realized that I wasn't afraid of Frankenstein. I just felt so damn sorry for him.
Aww.
Well, it's the truth. I mean, if you think about the movie Frankenstein, he didn't ask to be born, right? He was stitched together from different body parts, dug out of a grave, and then jolted to life electricity, and then kicked out into the world, right? And everywhere he goes, he's met with hatred, men with pitchforks and flaming torches. And so I just instantly sympathized with the monsters, and that's the beginning of becoming a Universal Monster fan. Now, in the 70s, it was kind of a golden age for these movies, right? They were back on television. I don't know if anybody in the audience will remember this, but Seymour's Monster Rally, right? On KTLA, every weekend they would run the Universal Monster movies, and that's how I saw all the movies. And there was also great magazines like Famous Monsters of Filmland that had the monsters front and center. And it really was kind of like a renaissance for the monsters in that period. There were toy products. These are the Mego Mad Monsters. There were Super 8 movies that you could watch in your own living room, like the Bride of Frankenstein movie there. But kind of paramount above everything was the Aurora monster models, right? When they released those monster models, I had every single one of them, and I meticulously built them all, and I painted them. This is a picture I found in my archive of old images of Universal. The guy with the axe, that's actually Jack Pierce. That's the man who did the makeup for all of the classic monster movies from the 1930s and into the 40s. And as part of the tour in the early days, in 60s, you could get made up by the Westmore family, right? Those are the guys who did Creature of the Black Lagoon and countless other movies, and that was all part of the studio tour. The 2018 maze, we had the idea that Dr. Frankenstein was in such a hurry because as you were going through the maze, you went and saw all the villagers out in front of the ruined castle with their pitchforks and torches. So he's in a hurry, and he's trying to assemble the Bride of Frankenstein, but he's running out of time. So we did her as a disassembled creature, which looked like this. Here's the movie we talked about, Bride of Frankenstein, 1935, how she's only in like 5 minutes or so of that film, and then she gets blown sky high when the monster says, "We belong dead," pulls the switch. We love the idea of taking a female character, because when you look back in horror history, especially some of the older films, there's not a lot of great female monster characters. The Bride is one of the most iconic ones there is, and she's in it for like this much. And we thought, she deserves her own story. She deserves her own maze. This is the year of the female monster. Across the board. So we wanted you to literally walk into the story. And we wanted to use that idea of a book or chapters as a reoccurring transitional element that we would, that you'd encounter as a guest as you walk through the maze. Both with imagery, with pictures, with a little bit of writing, and also with voiceover, because in this maze, the bride talks. Just like Frankenstein learned to talk by the Bride of Frankenstein in The Bride of Frankenstein Lives, the bride has learned to talk. And what she's doing is she's telling you this story, and it's probably years, it's much, more into the future, and she's telling the story about what happened. And you're getting to hear that narration as you go through the maze along with the images of the book. And then there's the illustration. So this moment captures the end of Bride of Frankenstein, 1935. We belong dead. The monster has just thrown the switch. The explosion's gone off. The castle is starting to crumble. And you can see the bride in the distance. But then when you go into the maze, I'll back up for a second. I mentioned the bride speaks. So in her voice, we hear her out front as you're waiting to go inside. She says, "My story begins where his story ended, but monsters never truly die." And then the bride in the scene, she goes through 4 different costume iterations and some makeup iterations throughout the course of this maze, because we're telling this story of her adventure from going from the beginning, or I should say the end of Bride of Frankenstein, to her assuming the role as doctor at the end of the maze. So each of these iterations has a different wardrobe touch. So this is her traveling cloak look. You can see by her costume that she's, the whole one side of her costume is badly burned, and her face, she's got this horrible scar from the fire. And her next iteration is vampire hunter. So as the story goes on, the Bride of Frankenstein is constantly being pursued by these vampires, and so she becomes, in essence, a vampire hunter. The name of this chapter is The Hunted Becomes the Hunter. And here you can see her, and she's all vampire monstered out. In fact, this is her costume. So she's got like a leather bandolier with all of these little cross stakes that have been sharpened into vampire stakes. And so she realizes that she needs to harvest the blood of these vampires in order to bring the monster back to life. So there's a lot of killing that takes place at this point. The world hated us, so we left the world behind, but evil soon followed. So even though she thinks she's safe in this church that she's going to turn into her new lab, evil still follows her. And then when we get inside the church, we hit the next chapter of the story. It's called The Creation Becomes the Creator. Now the Bride of Frankenstein has assumed the role of Dr. Frankenstein. And she's doing all these experiments. She's trying to figure out the secret to eternal life. She's trying to bring the monster back from the dead. And there's all these vials and jars of blood. So she's harvesting the blood of these vampires and pumping it into the monster. And this is the illustration Lucas did for our doctor version of the bride. Also in this lab, as you get to the end of it, there's cages, and there's vampire brides in the cages. And it's the two other ones that we saw at the very beginning. Only now, the Bride of Frankenstein has been doing a lot of experimentation on them. Before she got around to figuring out, oh, it's the blood, she did a lot of exploratory surgery. So one of them we call stitches, and one of them we call crosses. So stitches, she just cut open her head and was like, what's in here? Let's see, let's pull this out. Oh, let me cut another piece. So this one's just part of her hair is missing and she's got stitches all over the place. And the other one was obviously she just didn't want to deal with her and went, stuck the cross up against her forehead and burned it in. And then we get to chapter 5, which is called Live Again. And now it's the night that the Bride of Frankenstein is going to bring the monster back to life. So there's another second part of the lab, big, huge gurney. And now the monster has been fully reassembled. She's in the middle of trying to reassemble him when these vampire brides crash the party. So she doesn't quite finish everything up. So she hasn't finished the top of his head, so his brain is partially exposed. Some of the electrical bolts have been replaced by catheters in places that you can hook up the blood. And we made him a stilt walker, so he's 8 foot tall. So when she put his legs back on, he got taller. So he's 8 foot tall in this maze coming at you. But there's still one more vampire out there. This is Lucas's piece of artwork for the kind of coda at the end, chapter 6, The Monster Reborn. I love how he reflected the image of the monster's hand coming to life in the glasses the bride is wearing. And that is The Bride of Frankenstein Lives. So this is a makeup test we just did this week. Whenever we're doing makeup, prosthetic makeup, we always test it out first before we do it for real with the actors. So this is our bride character as the doctor with her full burn prosthetic. But wait, there's more. We get to the end of the maze. This maze exits on French Street. It just seemed natural to do a scare zone, kind of related to this whole thing. So we're doing Universal Monsters Silver Screen Queens. All right. So I said this is the year of the woman, the female monster, right? It's about time. Amen. Men run in fear. Their courage vanishes, shrinking at the sight of the Silver Screen Queens. Oxunam the Mummy, the She-Wolf of London, and Dracula's daughter. Okay, so that means we had to design new characters, right? So there's more than I'm going to show you, because some of them are going to be in traditional makeup and some of them are going to be masked characters. So we're doing both for each character. So there's kind of like a young version of the Mummy, that's a little bit more like Ardith Bay, if you know that character that Boris Karloff played in the 1932 Mummy movie. And then there's ones that are like they just popped open, the sarcophagus after 2,000 or 3,000 years, and it's all decrepit. And this is the decrepit version of Oxunam. Now, who is that character? In history, that is the Princess of King Tut. But in monster history, 1932, that is the woman that Boris Karloff's character is trying to resurrect. That's the princess he wants to bring back to life. So we brought her back to life as part of the scare zone. And of course, she gets her own trailer. From the banks of the Nile. From the tomb of the Valley of the Kings. And you won't hear me doing this. Rises Egypt's Queen of Terror. Easter egg, Universal Monsters Maze. Oxunam and the Mummy. So this is all playing in the scare zone, but we're also doing female vampire character. We're going to do a traditional makeup one, but we're also doing this one that looks something like this. And this is inspired by Dracula's Daughter, which is an actual Universal movie from the late 1930s. So here's a little bit of the fake trailer for Dracula's Daughter. I just watched a whole bunch of old trailers one day and just sat there, well, I'll just write a bunch of trailers. And then there's the werewolf character, She-Wolf of London. We're gonna do this both as a full prosthetic makeup, like mid-transformation, and then a fully transformed one. So this is the prosthetic version. And here's her trailer. And there's no audio on this because Slash is providing that. He's doing a whole piece just for the Scare Zone as well. So that gives you a little bit of a flavor of what we're doing with that Scare Zone. Seems like we should maybe make a little bit of an announcement. But what I wanted to talk about was the fact that this is coming back. Terror Tram is going to return for Halloween Horror Nights 2021. I'm not going to tell you the theme today. Sorry. Got it, you know. You just got to give little crumbs until we get a little further along, and then we'll be there. That's it. So again, hey, it's so wonderful to have all you guys. It's so cool that we could actually be here together. Thank you so much. Appreciate you coming out. And thank you for supporting Halloween Horror Nights. See you.
Oh my gosh, guys, that panel?
It was so great.
Isn't that amazing?
You know, honestly, what it did for me is John Murdy made the maze come alive. The story came alive.
I just saw it through his eyes.
I know.
And I am so excited to see this maze and walk through it myself. And John Murdy is awesome, guys. Like I've said in previous videos, I've been a scare actor for the past, 9 years or so, who's counting? But he always comes to Scare Academy and he talks to us. He tells us a little bit about the mazes, and he's just he is a legend. He's an amazing man.
He's a real person, I think.
Yeah, he is just a creative horror genius person. Like, I want to be John Murdy when I grow up. And just to hear about the Bride of Frankenstein Lives maze, and also the Scare Zone that they announced.
Yeah.
What? Like, that's amazing. That's like unlike any Scare Zone I think I've ever seen at HHN.
And what was confirmed?
Oh yeah, and Terror Tram is confirmed, guys.
Yes.
It is confirmed. We'll just have to wait and hear what the theme is going to be.
Yeah.
But whatever it is, I'm sure it is going to be great. Oh my gosh, check it out. Some kind of Halloween Horror Nights, I think, maze. Well, this is exciting. Are you scared, Mom?
I kind of am.
I kind of am too. This is really exciting. There's even a warning sign. I've missed those warning signs. I'm going to read it right now. Fear of enclosed spaces, code of conduct. Aww, it's just like the old days.
Don't be that scared. That's okay. The experience will start once you get in.
Okay.
Yeah, come on in, guys.
Okay. Hello.
Sounds like they're ready. Here we go!
Demons, Hades, fire!
Oh my gosh, that's the shortest maze we've ever been through, but how long has it been since we've been through a maze at all?
So did it really matter?
No, it was just awesome. Because now I feel like spooky season has officially begun. What do you think?
It has.
It has.
Murdy has called it.
He has called it, that's for sure. Oh my gosh, what is this, a creepy clown museum? I think pretty much. I mean, that looks like the clown from Poltergeist. And if ever there were a creepy clown, it is the clown from Poltergeist. And what else do we have here? Oh, we have Jigsaw. Oh my gosh, it's Chucky. Ah. Oh, and of course we have good old Annabelle. Warning, positively do not open. Now, I happen to know that Annabelle scares my mom. Is that correct? She will not watch that movie.
No.
Afraid of dolls, Mom?
Afraid of that doll.
That doll. Just this one, huh? What about Chucky here? He's pretty scary, too. Actually, all these dolls are scary. It's hard to pick just one of them. Oh my gosh, and here we have a couple things from Beetlejuice. We have Beetlejuice right over here in the snake form. And we have this guy, I think he's the priest in the movie, right? The one who's gonna marry Lydia and Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice is one of my faves.
I know, yeah, we love Beetlejuice. Ooh, it even looks like we have the waiting room for the recently deceased, including Beetlejuice. Oh, and we have his little tombstone there that says, "Here lies Beetlejuice." And what is this exactly? Just so that you guys know. Art Sideshow Prop Museum of Horror. Okay, so I got the info.
Oh, good.
This is Art Sideshow Museum, which is coming to, there we go, coming soon to the city of Montclair in like September, I think they said. That's amazing, Mom, we should go and film.
We should go and film.
Yay. Okay, so I just have to show you guys all of these awesome masks here. They're silicone masks by Madness FX. It looks like there's the website right there. And check this out. These are really beautiful, detailed masks. Oh my gosh, look at him. That is definitely the stuff that nightmares are made of. And we have a scary nun right there. We have this classic pumpkin face, but he's a scary pumpkin. Oh my gosh, I think it's it. Ah. No, that says, it looks like it. It says Nichols. And this one says Floater. What's this? He's kind of cool. Like, look at that, with the coloring and everything. That's, oh, I think it's 2 candy corns at the top there. That's kind of interesting. Okay, so I'm over here by Intruder Escape with Cameron. And what is all this, Cameron?
So the Clown Academy is our 2021 fall attraction.
Okay.
It's going to be a very immersive experience combining vintage clowns and classic board games.
Okay,
it's
wow.
It's very interactive. Each room you're going to have to do stuff in it
okay.
instead of just walk through, such as pull a fire alarm, punch down a brick wall.
Oh my
our queue
gosh.
will have a sword swallower, some carnival games, fog, lights, music, a good environment while you wait.
Okay.
We're in Mid-City, 3 weeks in October, starting
nice.
October 7th.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
How did you know I was afraid of clowns?
Uh-oh, you're gonna have to go now.
No, I have to go, yeah. Did you hear that, Mom? Are you ready?
We'll have to do it, right?
Okay, I'll brave my worst fear, why not? Look at this creepy wall. Look at all these photos. Oh my gosh, anyone want to graduate from Clown Academy? Okay guys, well, they just kicked basically everybody out because Midsummer Scream is unfortunately over. So I think that means it is the end of our video, but only for now. Because I have tons of content coming up really soon now that spooky season has officially begun. So Mom, what spooky event are you most excited about this year for 2021?
Oogie Boogie, Disney.
Oogie Boogie? You're supposed to say HHN.
Well, that too, obviously, but Oogie Boogie.
Yeah, that is going to be exciting. We've actually never been to Oogie Boogie Bash before. We've been to Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, and we always enjoy that.
Always.
But anyway, if you like our video, please hit that like and subscribe button because it helps the channel out a whole lot. And plus, it'll keep you guys updated. All right, spooky friends, stay safe, stay awesome, and perhaps sometime we will see you in the parks or at Halloween conventions or who knows where next, right, Mom?
It could be anywhere.
It could be anywhere. You never know. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Have a great day. Bye.